Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are here on the SkyFactory 4 subserver and Patreon server. So, everybody that is here, get ready to start and say hi. So, as you can see, I have done just a little bit to the island here. I've made a little bit more grass, and that's about all I did. You can see these are stencil slabs. You may be wondering, what are these? Well, I wanted to come up with a texture that was different than the standard wood texture without using chisel. And the best way to do that is to, well, use some of the slab mechanics and use Tinker's Construct, which is a part of this this pack. So, with that being said, I made a bunch of grass so that way we have a nice little platform for our bonsais. We're going to move our water. We have some area to kind of work with. It may be small, but later on, once we get chisel, that's when I want to start expanding this, right? And once we get a cobblestone generator, which all will happen fairly soon. But anyways, with stencil tables, if you want to know how that's made, it is fairly simple. You literally take blank patterns, which these are made with just sticks and wood, and you just put it like this in a crafting table. You put it over top of wooden planks, and that will make it, and then you just put it in the crafting table again, and it'll make a slab version. Now, to get a slab version of the crafting table, we went over that. You just put a stick in there. You can even do that with chest, but there is a even better chest in this pack than your regular standard chest. At least I think it's better. And I'm going to show you why I think it's better. Because sideways chests are not always the best chests. I don't like these ones that are horizontal. I would prefer my chest to go vertically. Well, how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to get into another mod, which we've already been using, which is rustic. And there's some little hidden gems in all of these mods that are in this pack. And I think this is definitely one of those hidden gems. So if you make a cabinet, it works a little bit differently. This is a normal chest, right? But when we place it on top, I think you have to not hold shit. You have to place it the correct way. Sorry, I'm placing it the wrong way. Place it on this side, and you will form a full chest, but a horizontal version. And we can place them side by side, just like this. And literally have super compact storage. Now, you can place them in a particular way. If you want the door to open this way, place it on the right-hand side of the block. If you want the door to swing open this way, then place it on the left-hand side. I want all mine going in the same direction, so I'm going to place it on this side. And there we go. Look at that. We have vertical storage that can be right up next to each other. This makes automation really cool. And not only that, this is a really cool looking block. And yeah, you can stack these. It's really nice storage, and we can pretty much get rid of our regular chests, which just take up all kinds of space. Another thing you can do is also place these down and then have just one part coming up, because I believe if you place a block in front of it, the door still swings open. So you could have a double chest down in the bottom there, and literally it opens up and there's a double chest. It's taking up the space of one chest. Very cool. I hope you guys like that little thing there. That definitely helps early game, and it does change up the way everything looks. Everybody's going to be going with this sort of setup, so I definitely recommend kind of taking a look at that. So, now that we have that done, we can also throw our drying racks on this, so that way we have it on the chest, plus it kind of makes it look a little bit better, so when we need the drying racks, we have them at our fingertips. Very cool. So, what to do next? Well, we have some more saplings to make, and I do want to go through each process of making these saplings. The reason I want to do that is because there are people that do have questions, and I do want to help as many people as I can get through this pack. We are going to get into some really advanced stuff later on, and so I hope you guys stick along with me. So let's go ahead and move all this stuff over. And like I said, this is just a normal chest. It just, works just the same. So we can store all of our items. Now, I did make a bunch of bonsai pots. We're going to be utilizing those today. And I have grass. Now, I did mention, I think I mentioned last, that there is the amber the dirt amber that you can use inside of your bonsai pots. I remember saying that. At least I think so. That you can use. So I have moved everything. And the reason I had to pick all these up is because, well, we have water over here and we wanted to kind of move this. I do also need to move the water. I'm trying to think the best way to move it. Maybe place it over here somewhere. We can probably place it down underneath. Let's get ourselves some wood, which is over here. We can utilize some slabs, and we can probably place it underneath these guys. Because these guys actually ain't that hard to break. I wish this was 112 where you could, like, submerge it and have this under there, but it doesn't work like that in this version. Let's grab our bucket, which we did place back over here. We're going to head underneath. And we'll just place these slabs. And that will solve our water issue being, like, up in the air. There we go. Perfect. And we'll fill that. Nice. Perfect. And now we have a perfect water source that we shouldn't have to really worry about. Speaking of water sources, let's get rid of this and let our grass grow back. That is a thing. Ah, it looks like it already is growing back. I do notice the grass does grow pretty fast, even without a watering can. And I think over here, we're definitely going to have a cauldron over here. And also, I believe these slabs in themselves are fire resistant. I mean, our logs are not fire resistant. But like I said, those are not permanent. Those are not going to stay there. They're just kind of for decoration at the moment. All right. We'll move this, and we'll move our cauldron. Like I said, I think the cauldron is best going to be placed right here. And what we can do with the cauldron is to make this, because we probably won't be using this crafting table anyways, is we can place the cauldron right here, and it will take up that space. That way, when we need to use it, we can just fill it, and we're good to go. Perfect. I really like that. I really do. And if we want to, we can probably add more cauldrons over here, and that would make that even faster. You know, we can do little things like that. That we might handle later on. So next on our list of saplings to make is the bone sapling. And to get bone meal, we're going to have to kind of scroll through these tabs. And over here, you'll see the crushing tub. We need to place dirt inside our crushing tub, and that will give us bone meal and also give us a little bit of residual mud as well. But we can kind of take care of that. So we need 8 of those. There's 8 dirt. And we do exactly what it says. I'm probably going to move the crushing tub because it does spit the items out all over the place for us. But we place them in here. Jump. And you can see each time we jump, it's spitting out bone meal. And also giving us a little bit of mud. Which is super nice. That's 7 and there is 8. Perfect. Now, to empty this, you can shift right-click, and that'll empty the entire thing for you. Just in case you didn't know that. All right. Oh, wow. Does this have... Oh, wait. No, that's the stencil table. I was like, what is this? Anyways, let's go ahead and take this. It also requires the petrified sapling. So, petrified sapling. There we go. You place that in here and surround it with bone meal, and you are going to get the bone sapling. And same goes for this sapling. It's probably going to be best to plant it, and then, of course, give it a little bit of love by twerking on it. We know how this works. And we also unlocked that breaking a leg, which is a bone, which kind of makes it even more hilarious. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get ourselves some saplings. The ones you get, I recommend just, placing them in here, because you are going to need more of them as we go. Looky there. Getting all the saplings. Just like that. Alright, so we have another sapling that we really need to kind of worry about making as well. So I'm going to finish up this tree. And that is the gravel sapling. Look at this. These even drops like the occasional bone meal. This does fully produce it though. Out of its resources. So you actually will be making the bone block. Instead of actually bone meal or bone, the bone block is what we actually want to use this the acorns and resin for. All right, so the other one, gravel. All right, so that may sound simple. Let's try and take a look at that. that is going to require gravel acorns and a petrified sapling. So that means gravel acorns has something that we need to do. And that's super simple, right? Literally 8 petrified acorns inside a crushing tub. Pretty much done the exact same way that we just did this one. So we need to grab some petrified acorns. I'm probably going to do more of these than normal. Because I can just make more saplings instead of farming them. So if I do, 8 here, right here, that should be enough. We can kind of throw these back in. And we can put these all together. Now, I'm going to show you a faster way of crushing in this crushing tub. There is a faster way. Let's go ahead and make that. Let's take our wood that we have. And then we're going to get a half slab, or a slab. We're going to build up a few above this. I think we might put this tub here or something. I don't know. We'll leave it here for right now. You're going to build this up until you're at build height. You're going to place that slab right on the top there. Now when you're in this, you don't have very high to jump, so you can actually jump really fast. So we place all this. And we can get through this incredibly fast now by doing just little jumps. And it actually works. There we go. And this whole tub is filled with sap. You can utilize that sap. It does have some recipes, I do believe. So if you take a look at what it's used for, you place it inside your cauldron and you right click with sticks and it will make torches for you. I don't find that that's the best thing to do since you have tons and tons of charcoal, but it does work and you can put it in this cauldron. So yeah, that's the little setup. You can literally just break it and just have the slab up there. Works perfectly fine. I recommend putting some blocks around because it does spit the blocks everywhere. So have like a little chamber where you can walk in and, do your crushing stuff things. So that gives us another sapling. The gravel sapling. In which we have 4 of these, so I really don't think I'm going to have to worry about making even more saplings. But now we have both 4 of the gravel and 4 of the bone. And what we want is to probably have enough saplings. I'm going to farm these a little bit. And we're going to end up having enough saplings that we can fill this whole area with it. And that's going to make this really fast. If we can fill this whole thing up with these saplings, things are going to get a lot easier for us. And things are going to progress a lot faster. I recommend making as many bonsai pots as you can. Even if you can fill this whole thing with bonsai pots, that will be awesome, and you are going to thank yourself later on for doing so. So now that we're at this point, I really think we should start pushing for ourselves a cobblestone generator. And getting to that point is actually not as hard as you may think. So let's go ahead and pull out some stone that I had made just a little bit ago. We'll go ahead and get that all started. Actually, put this in here. I am trying to keep my chest a little bit organized. I do want to keep my Sky Orchard stuff kind of in its own chest and some blocks in here. And of course, some other different materials over here. But try to keep everything, kind of organized. But what we want to do is make ourselves another lovely stone cauldron. This is a stone one, which is going to have its own specific effects. And what we can do is place this over a torch. That even means just placing it directly above this will work. We can place it above a heat source, and a torch is one of those heat sources. I'm going to place it a little bit differently. So over here, we can break that. I will place this, and then just above it, I will place that. And you can see now we have that. It's ready to go. Now the only thing we need to do with this, fairly simple, place 4 cobblestone in it by hand. And it instantly turns into lava. So we can scoop that up, and that is lava. And then of course I did make some more buckets, and all we got to do is grab some water. Now we can make literally a super easy generator, cobblestone generator. Very simple. Now, here is the part where things are going to kind of progress even further through the saplings. We need sand. So how do we get sand? Well, we got to make a specific type of tree. It's palm trees here. So craft a sand sapling. This is where saplings start to kind of split off and become a little bit more complicated to make. And I say complicated, and I'm saying that with quotations, because a sand sapling is going to require sand acorns, which is a crushing tub, and gravel. Like, it's literally that simple. But we are going to get into some more difficult ones, I think, when we get into cotton. I'm trying to think of which one. It may be cotton, or it's one of these later on down the road where we have to start making different saplings. Anyways, we are going to need our gravel acorns. And we can go ahead and split this up into the sets of 8. There we go. And I did kind of change my crushing tub. I'm using these thin walls from the Chinese workshop. It is super easy to make these things. And I recommend probably putting them up here, because it's going to kind of help prevent like the items from going crazy everywhere. Let's see. Can I jump on this now? Oh, wait. These need to be different, don't they? These are bone. What did I grab the wrong? You guys are going to be all over me for that. I grabbed the wrong ones. So, split that up to 8. There we go. Perfect. This is the right ones. Place those in. There we go. Our items don't spew everywhere. They stay in here for us. Oh, I guess they do. Some of them, I guess, do make it out. I wonder if that one bounced off the front or something weird. Anyways, this sapling, and I'm pretty sure it's petrified. Most things utilize the petrified sapling. So it's good to have a lot of petrified saplings laying around. And there we go. We have a sand sapling. Perfect. It means we can place this down now, and we can get them cooking up. So we should be able to, I think it's either the first growth cycle or the second growth cycle of this will get us a piece of sand so we can get that cobblestone started. Because in our quest or guidebook, one of these is to craft a crate, or create a cobblestone generator and fill all the slots of a vanilla chest. And it says open the chest to complete the advancement. This has to be a completely full chest of cobblestone in order to be able to complete that advancement. So that's what that's what it's looking for. The call is looking for this to be a completely full cobblestone chest. So we have another one here, which says right-click a lava-filled cauldron with a water bucket to make obsidian. Well, that's super simple as well, is it not? That sounds super simple. So we just create this, take a clay bucket and then fill it with water, right-click it, and that gives us obsidian. Look how simple that is. So now we have an easy way of obtaining obsidian as well. And we're going to be pretty well off there. So now that we have our glass ready to go from our sand saplings and all this good stuff, we can now make that cobblestone generator. Look at this bad boy. So we do need, looks like, these can actually work. These ceramic ones can work. It looks like maybe it's having issues with the crafting. We might have to manually place it, which is fine. We need one lava, one of these, some cobblestone, and that should be able to make this recipe, I believe. This is cobblestone, ceramic. Oh, we got to place it backwards. And there we go. Then we get a cobblestone generator. It's weird that it may just be this crafting station like it is with this up against it. It's not working. I don't know. But anyways, we do have the cobblestone generator. And this guy is really nice. Where do I want to place it? Maybe right here for right now. Place it in between this. And this also makes it very convenient because right here is how we make lava. All we need to do now is get ourselves a chest. Regular chest. I'm going to use a regular chest because I think the quest might require a regular chest. And that's going to input cobblestone. And now we have unlimited cobblestone. It just takes a little bit of time in order to start producing fully, but once everything gets up and rolling, we're going to be good and set with cobblestone, and it'll also complete one of the quests for us, which is really nice. All right, so I think for the most part we have these pretty much well done. I want to kind of scoot off into something that is separate from all of this entirely, right? And that is to get into the part where we can start using bone meal, because once you get bone meal, some things start really changing. Let's also open this. I do have some cooked petrified acorns, so you will get a lot of extra acorns from doing everything. It's probably best to roast them. That way you can have something to eat. But yeah, once you get bone meal, some things can start changing. We can actually start planting crops, because all you got to do is use some bone meal in the grass, And there you go. You got yellow and red dye. You got yourself some grass, which is going to inevitably get you some different seeds, which, you know, you're definitely going to get. There are several different seed types. So just kind of filling this in, we should be guaranteed some seeds from breaking some of this. There we go, for example. Potato seeds. Perfect. So we're looking for, you know, most of the seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and continue doing this. You should get several different types, and I hope when I come back I should have all of them. And yeah, it should work. I think, I was going to say, I didn't know if this affected the tall grass or not. Yeah, I'll be right back. So we ended up getting actually quite a bit of seeds. You can see we ended up getting pumpkin, melon, potato, beetroot, lettuce seeds, which is kind of interesting. And then we have regular seeds, which are going to be very, very useful. Carrot seeds, which are also very useful. And then your dandelion and poppy, which are going to be your red and yellow dye, which you are going to be using. So let's go ahead and store these over here. I'm going to also store this because we're going to have to be able to get it. Also, I did farm a lot of bone meal, and you can see I did expand my platform a little bit. Now, some people, they want to know the exact dimensions of these things, but just think of it this way. This is a 9x9 that is in the center here, right? This is a 9x9. And then what I've done is I've literally just went to the corner of the 9x9, and this goes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. And then you just fill in the rest. And that's exactly what I've done so far. And the reason why I kind of extended this out like this is because this is going to have a fence around it, because we are going to have some mobs and passive mobs. We're going to be able to spawn them, and that's what we're going to work on right now. So there is a mod in here. You may be wondering, what do I do with all this wood I have? Well, there is a mod in here called Fence Overhaul, which is also a quest line as well. So you're kind of hitting two birds with one stone. We have some regular fence, and this is going to create a really special kind of fence. So let's go ahead and craft it, and you can kind of see what it does. It is very interesting, to say the least. And then also, I think we have some fence as it is. So let's go ahead and just make a few right now to kind of see what they do. So this diagonal fence, we're going to place it here and place it along the side. And that's right. You're not seeing things. This is a diagonal fence. Actually, I'm going to push this. I might push this back one more. It may look better pushed back. Also, if you want to know how to get these lines, if you hit F7, you can see where hostile mobs can spawn. And if you do follow this pattern, you're probably not going to have much of an issue with hostile mob spawning. Look at there. And we can do it like so as well. I don't know if I want it pushed forward or backwards. It's kind of... I think I want it to go to the corner, so I think I like how I had it before. But anyways, this is going to keep our mobs in, and I think what we're going to do is access it from the side with our gates. But for right now, this worked perfect. I wonder what it looks like whenever you kind of zigzag this. So yeah, we could even do it like so. Kind of interesting. Like, you can really do some weird things with this if you really wanted to. But for right now, I think this is going to work fine. And I'm going to put these on the sides. And then still on top of them, there's going to be a torch on each corner here, kind of lighting up the background area. And we need to do this pattern repeated all the way around. And I'm going to surround the whole outside area with fence. And actually, one of these, I think I'm going to leave open because we're going to turn it to a crop. But the other ones are going to have fences around them because those will probably contain some mobs. So now that I have all the fence placed and everything is ready to go, you can see I do have a pool of water that I end up using pressure plates to build. And we'll talk about this here in a second. But the big part is over here, in which we now have some wheat. So let's take a look at this thing called pig seeds. And you're going to see this requires a dirt acorn, a seed, and carrots, and it is called a pig seed. Now, this thing is very interesting in how it actually works, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and generate ourselves some of this, some of the seeds and stuff. So just using bone meal, we have tons of it, so you might as well use it. There we go. And we're going to take this and turn that into some of those pigs. So let's also over here get ourselves some carrots, because that's another thing we need. And really, we don't need too much of this. We only need like one seed, and I'll explain that here in a second. And we also need ourselves a dirt acorn, which you should have by this point, a few of them. And yeah, let's just go ahead and craft ourselves a pig seed. Now, I am going to go over here. I think the easiest way to probably get over this temporarily is to put a gate in. And then we'll use a different method of getting over this later. But for right now, this is one way you can do it. It's just by having a little gate. Nice. Okay, so let's place this pig seed down. And yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. If we bone mill this, there's a little piggy on the inside. And you keep bone milling, and then it's mature, you want to harvest it, bam, you get yourself a pig. Now, not always does it break your crop. You can make more of these, but sometimes it'll stay. Let's see, let's make another one. It doesn't always break. I think it, yeah, as you see, he's underneath it. And there's another one. There's another one. And we can just keep making more and more pigs. Just moving them out of the way. And that one got us 3 pigs. Very, very cool. You can do this with mobs. You can do this with all the animals. It's really cool. I have to say, this is actually really, really cool. Now, they are all baby pigs, of course. But they will grow up, and at this point we probably have enough that we can breed them ourselves, so there's no need to generate them more that way. But we also probably want to get cows, and cows are a little different. Cows are going to require leather, and to get leather, we're going to need ourselves a cotton seed. So we need to get ourselves the cottonwood sapling. So let's take a look at the cottonwood sapling. This one is a little bit more intuitive. So the cottonwood sapling requires a few steps. We need a jungle sapling. In order to get a jungle sapling, we need to put this in a cauldron, a clay sapling with some mud. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some. What I should do is take about 4 pieces of dirt, or actually 1 piece of dirt. We need 4 clay saplings. There we go. And we're going to need ourselves some water. And we can do that all over here in our little area. So, what I'm going to do, take my dirt, that's going to make mud, and I'm going to throw these saplings in, or throw those in, and we get ourselves some jungle saplings. Cool, right? These jungle saplings by themselves, they don't generate anything too special. Now, there's 2 separate ways you can do this. You can take these jungle saplings in a 4x4, grow them with bone meal, and then make yourself some wooden shears. And yes, wooden shears are in here. I know I said last that they're not. I missed them. I had my YouTube goggles on, and I wasn't able to see it in the inventory. So, you can do that, or you can go ahead and throw one on the drying rack and give it just a little bit of time, and that will produce the vine that you're going to want. And so I'm probably going to do 2 of these, just so we can get 2 saplings of the cottonwood to start with. And yeah, just give this a little bit of time. I'm going to work on, maybe some more saplings or something like that. Get some more of these things grown. Come back. I think it's about a minute or so it takes on its own, but that will turn into a vine. So now that we have our vine, we're ready to craft up this thing. And that gets us a good old cottonwood sapling. Now, for these saplings, it's probably best that we plant them naturally and grow them naturally, so that way we can harvest them with our crook. So if we kind of stand here, do a little twerk thing, get these guys to grow. There we go. Some of them take longer than others. It actually grows faster during the day. And yeah, we're going to get ourselves some more saplings. And I just made the advancement, are you cotton? Or you cotton something? Oh my gosh. These funny things that Darkosto has in here is absolutely hilarious. But that got us some string, right? And all of this stuff actually nets us a little bit of string. And that's exactly what we want. We want a little bit of string from this. Later on, we'll be able to get lots more string once we get an iron sapling and get iron production started. But for right now, this is fine. by the way, if you haven't seen the rainstorms yet, this is a thunderstorm that's going on, which isn't always the best thing in the world. But the raindrops are super cool looking. Look at this. Look how they drop. They drop and then just kind of splash. Super cool. So, I'm going to get this all harvested up. We're going to get some more of this cotton stuff, and then we're going to get to making a cow. So, once you farm up enough of these bad boys with the cottonwood, you should get yourself a little bit of string. And this is the perfect amount of string. You don't get much because the string that comes from this is a 4% chance. So, even in a lot like this, I can do this whole thing and not even get a piece of string. So, it is very, very rare. But we did get more than enough to make ourselves a fishing rod. And what I'm going to do to get leather is literally just do some fishing. So if you sit here long enough, I honestly don't know how long this is going to take, but we are going to set through this together. Just you and I. Yeah. Fishing. How many of you guys like fishing? Let me know down in the comments below. There we go. So, we end up getting ourselves a raw salmon. And I believe that if you cook this, you can then put this on a drying rack and get yourself some leather. And we only need one, I think, for right now. We might need two. We might have to go at it with two. If we get lucky, we will be able to get cows. We'll be able to get multiple cows out of the seed that we plant. That's the hope. That's the hope. So we place this on a drying rack and we're good to go. And yeah, so this cotton stuff later on, the cotton can actually be used in a squeezer. You can put the cottonwood acorn in there, or you can make the cottonwood amber. I believe if you look amber, the amber, by the way, is a very useful thing. So if you get stuck, it's probably because you didn't look at the amber. But cottonwood amber can be put in a squeezer to get you some white wool. And then from there, you can put the wool in a squeezer, and that'll get you some string. So later on, string is going to be very, very useful for you. So I guess while we were waiting, we could probably fish for something else and hope to get lucky. Now, you can do this in a smaller pool, but I figured that I had enough room, so I might as well make a pool of any of these sizes. And looky there, we just got another one. So if we do lose out on that, we're going to have another one instead. So yeah, that's a pretty decent way to get leather. So at this point, we have really progressed pretty far. We're getting to now where we can start making metals. And this is where we're probably going to get into the next episode, where we start to get into the metal production and how to make these different saplings and things like that. But it's really not too difficult. It really isn't. I did want to kind of show a little odd and end things that you can do. And yeah, kind of get into this. So this quest that is right up here that says Hogtied, it has to do with our pigs. And if we take a look at the material that it requires, you can see what we're going to need is some cobblestone mud. So if you search mud, there's a whole bunch of different types here. But I think you can use any type of bucket, dirt, and cobblestone and feed that. It'll look like you have an iron bucket, but really you don't. So let's grab a piece of cobblestone. By the way, when we open this, it should be almost full. Almost. Let's try it. We should have it full now. Or it's full now. There we go. And we got that advancement for having a chest full of cobblestone. But yes, we need one piece of cobble, a piece of dirt, and we combine that in our inventory, and that will get us... Actually, it may require an iron bucket. Yeah, it might require an iron bucket for this. It does look like it is in an iron bucket, but it just tells us right here all the different types of buckets that are in this pack. It doesn't really specifically say. But yeah, it's probably going to require an iron bucket. This is how you craft it. It may be kind of confusing because when you click on this, it just rotates through all the different types until you find cobblestone. But there we go. Here's our piece of leather. And it's pretty much the same for this. Let's find the cow seed. It's going to require wheat, which we, of course, have tons of, a seed, and leather. And that'll give us a cow seed. And, of course, there's another one just in case we need. You know, we might as well just make it just to be on the safe side. And I do still have the bone mill on me. So we're ready to go. I am probably going to grab another fence. And we're going to place it over here. I do love the smooth animations of the fence. Super, super cool. Alright, and let's go ahead and get her some cows growing. These are super cool, by the way. Man, are they cool. Alright, so these still have a seed here. Oops. Did not mean to place all that grass. But this one still has a seed. Let's push you out of the way. And there we go. So what do we get? 3 out of that? That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. That's pretty good. And so now we can let some cows grow. And that's pretty much how you get all the animals in the pack. I think you can even get, what, wolves? You can spawn in wolves, so if you want anything... Wow, it's a sausage. Yeah, if you want to get any of that stuff, you can do this. This is super cool. Guys, this has been an awesome episode. I hope you learned a whole bunch, because I know I really enjoy definitely kind of looking at the weird oddity things that you may not see in your normal playthrough or may not even touch. But anyways, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video a massive slap on that like button. I really do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.